Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow program. Thank you for growing with me on today. How great is our God? How great is our God that God has us here growing in Him for a better way, growing in God. God is love. Some people don't believe in the Bible. They just do their own thing. Some people don't believe in God. They just believe evil. Because, see, that's what you see every day. You don't see God, but you feel God. You know God. God is there. God is a powerful force moving over this earth. Love is the greatest power. It's greater over evil. It's greater over anything that you see, anything that you believe. Love is an action word. It's not just a noun to sit on. Love is an action word, so get to acting, get to moving, get to growing, get to sowing, get to loving. Love, sow love, to grow love. Because what you sow, you shall reap. So sow love. I'm telling you, honey, it's been a day. It has been a beautiful day. And that picture I took there is vast and beautiful as those mountains are. They made me think of us as a people, as we are here on this earth. We're going after the wrong thing. We're chasing after material things that don't even mean anything. You know, you after this car, you after this, you got to have that, whatever it is. And we are supposed to have the desires of our heart, but at the same time, we're supposed to look out for our brothers and sisters. We're supposed to look out for each other, because the things of this world don't mean anything. Just like the vices of this world. Don't put the vices of this world before God. Don't put the vices of this world before you. Whether you feel like you gotta have something or you don't. All you really need is God. That's really all, because God is greater than any of the vices of this world. The vices of this world were created. We're here, created under God, because there's a spiritual warfare. There's these forces, good versus evil. It's all around us. Good versus evil. It's just been going on. But see, we can be tools of evil, or we can be used by God. God is the manipulating, dominating, controlling force in my life. It is God. Where I used to be out, doing me, I gotta have this, gotta have that, look, gotta have him, going for him, this, but my eyes was focused on the wrong prize. At the same time, yes, God was there. God has always been there with me as I have been growing. Even when I didn't know I was growing, I was dying. But God was with me, carrying me, lifting me up on the coldest day of my life to set me straight, dry my tears immediately, and made me remember that I'm here for Him. I'm here for God. And I use God in the pronoun Him, because that's how I was raised. But God is a spirit. And we are also spiritual beings in physical bodies. These bodies are mortal, but they're mortal. And when they go down, the spirit goes up. The spirit don't go down. It don't just lay down with the body and go to sleep. They're not asleep. The soul's an energy, and they are moving. I seen the phenomenon with my own eyes, and I filmed it. When someone passes, there was the birds in the trees outside. It was thousands and thousands of them. It woke me up out of my sleep. A thundering noise, because someone had passed away right there in my driveway. It was a couple years ago. A coworker had a heart attack, and He didn't live too far away from us, but he happened to come over, and for some odd reason, now I know why. It's because God wanted me to see that. I mean, they worked on him and worked on him, and I'm not here to down anything, but I'm here to tell you that when they pulled him out of that van, they also pulled out a bunch of cans of energy drinks. And he was a young man. He had a heart attack. He was in prime health. He bicycled all the time. He worked out. He was healthy. But those energy drinks are not good for you at all. They're not good for you. They've also been labeled that they're not regulated. So you need to regulate yourself and what you putting in your body. So I witnessed the phenomenon, of the birds. I mean, they were just going in a circle. I mean, and it was so loud and thunderous. And that was a few days after he had passed. And that was the soul. That was the soul that was leaving the earth, that was departing. Because I seen it once before with my brother, when my brother had passed. What is happening, what we don't understand, what we have to do is grow in God. Every man, every woman, we got to grow in God daily. And we have to truly seek after God's own heart. That's love. We truly have to seek after God to find our journey in this maze of the haze of the spiritual warfare on this highway of life. How to get out and get on top there. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to rise to reach your greatness, just like those beautiful mountains, those gorgeous mountains. Mountain after mountain after mountain. There go one. Just great mountains of God. Just as God planned that for the mountains. You're going to get so great, then you're going to spread and make other mountains. See, there ain't no lone mountain sitting out there. There's a whole bunch of mountains. They just go on and create mountains. And that's what we're here for. To love and to be loved. Love and be loved. That's what we're here for. To lift one another. Not to come up off one another, but to come up with one another. Together. That's what the freedom fighters wanted for us. As they marched together, different skin, but one love. Marching all together there. They were marching for us to come together because they knew God's will shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. That's one thing they always made clear. The freedom fighters, they always made it clear. God. Even back, all the way back, you can fault whoever you can fault. But I'm going to tell you something. That's one thing, you can point fingers all day long, but it's going to be 3 more pointing back at you. And watch that thumb, because it'll curve back too. So watch where you point your fingers, honey, because look, ain't no supreme being walking on this earth. Ain't nobody down here perfect. So, people do things, they get caught up in stuff, they make mistakes. I know I have. I ain't perfect. That's why I'm here to tell you, I use my life as a gift, and it is a gift to me, to use to help someone, to lift someone else, to tell you the testimony, to tell you that God got the glory, you got the victory. All you got to do is believe, have the faith. Have faith in God. You have faith. You believe. People always got something to say about somebody. That's the one thing. That's why I tell you, it's one thing you cannot do is control someone else's mouth. You need to understand that people are going to say things. A lot of folks say things just to get you riled up, just to make you go there, just to make you act like it, just to see you cut up and get down. And all you doing is showing them that they were right. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words really can't hurt you. You a child of God in the end and from the beginning. You are a child of God, so no matter what they say about you, honey, they can keep on saying, because they're going to keep talking too. They're going to have things to say. If they can't say something, they'll make something up. They'll find something. They're going to find something that stick. So get used to it. But the freedom fighters, from way back then, it's just been in God's plan that a series of events that have happened that have brought us to this day. From the time when Lincoln freed the slaves. Now you sit there and say, well, he really didn't free them. They fought in the war and they fought for their freedom. You okay? Well, all that may be true. They knew that it was either try to fight for freedom or stay in slavery. Which would you would do? I would try to fight for my freedom. That's what I would do, because even if I don't get free, I'm setting, the path for the future. For the next generation. That's exactly what they did. And they knew that's what they were doing when they laid their lives on the line to fight in the Civil War. And he agreed. He had a promise, that he stuck to it. Even going in, knowing it may very well cost him his life, and it did. And he went in and he freed slaves. And even though they fought that for a year. They didn't want to free him. They didn't want to see him get free, and kill the man who did it. But it just goes to show that no matter what, here we are today. 100, 200, no, 150 years later, here we are. And the message has still came through. God's will shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. Even from the epiphany that came to Dwight Eisenhower. I'm going to put this on the money. In God we trust. Even from the dinner that President Roosevelt invited Booker T. Washington to dinner. Guess who's coming to dinner for real? Invited him to dinner, much to the dismay of the country. And how the country felt about Africans at the time, because we were 3/5 human. And they quietly took that out the Constitution. The Constitution really needs to be rewritten. There need to be some wrongs righted. This country and land is not just for one race. This is a melting pot. It belonged to the Indians. And then people came over and started taking it. And then brought other folks over here and started kidnapping people, taking them over here to build up over here and build up the world, shipping millions and millions of Africans all over the world to build up the world, so now here we are, no matter what boat you came in on, we all in the same boat. We all here, and wherever you happen to be growing at, whatever boat you're at now, you're there. So what you need to do is grow from there. That's what we're going to do. We're going to grow from here. We're going to grab up. We're going to grow. We understand that we came from a divided time and we headed into a united time, united in God. One nation, one world, one nation, one world, one race, human, one blood, red, grow positive, grow in God. Strive each day to reach your greatness, just like the great mountain. Spread love, and bring other great mountains up with you. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all things shall be added unto you. I'm telling you, it's the truth. The Bible, what the Bible speaks of in the form of love, the covenant, it is true. Love yourselves and love one another, and watch the blessings that God bestows upon you. You think you blessed now? Watch what God will do for you. Once you let go and let God, open your heart to love, allow love in. Let your light, the light of God that is within you, shine and light up the world. It is within you. Yes, you can. Yes, you will. In God, grow. You will achieve your dreams. You are the keeper of the dream. You've been keeping the dream alive all this time. You're a warrior on top for God. You just got to make it happen. You just got to go on, do it. Make it do what it do. Because right now, it is what it is, but it ain't going to be. It ain't going to be. It's going to be greater. See, because yesterday was a memory. Tomorrow is the future. Today, we grow. We're going to grow for tomorrow today. We're going to work it out every day. We're going to work it out in God daily because we got to have God to work it out anyway. You can't work it out without God. It ain't going to work without God. It just ain't going to. You see what's happening in the school? It just ain't going to work without God. We got to have God. God is love. You done took God out the school. So you done took love out the school. So, now you got all this other kind of foolishness, different things going on in the school. You got to put love back in the school. The teachers love the students. Yes, they do. You got to have a heart for a child to go into teaching. You really do. And it's something there that's special. Even with so-called mean teachers, they ain't really mean. They put up this front, because they want to be stern and strict. But I'm tell you something, chip away at that, all love, because you got to have love to go in and teach a child. A parent is a child's first teacher, but props to the teachers of the world. I mean, they do not get enough recognition. They need to have one of those award show for teachers and principals, like they do the Grammys. They need to have a Grammys for teachers. They really do. Because I know what I went through as a bus driver for 7 years, because we get them before and after. So, but I had pretty much really good groups of children. And I'd buy my own stuff. I did, because I love children. They're our hope. They are our hope. And to this day, if I see one of them, I've seen a few of them, and they remember me, I'll have to look at them a couple. It's been a while. They grown now, with kids of their own. And they look at me and, Miss Jack, you remember me? And I'll look at them, oh yeah, I remember the ones that cut up, but then after a while they stopped cutting up because I ain't the one to cut up with. I play with you and different things, but honey, we only gonna take it so far. We got boundaries. See, we gotta, and that's what it's respect, and it goes both ways, and that's what really has just came out of school. And we need to put God back in it. That's it. We need to put God in everything. God need to be back everywhere. Because see, what didn't happen is the evil is so prevalent. It's just everywhere. People have stopped believing in God, and they just believe evil because they see it. But God is working in the background. God is moving. God don't need the publicity. God don't need it this time around. They pushed Dr. King to the front. He was already working for God before they came and got him and put him in the civil rights movement. So we all are the civil rights movement. Each one of us. It ain't in no building. It's in each one of us. We are the church building, and we hold the civil rights within us. So exercise your civil rights, out there every day as you grow. Sow love as you grow. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom all over the world. No matter what day it is, honey, be lifted. In the name of God, be lifted. I want you to know that I want you to grow. I want you to grow in God. And however I got to do to help you to grow, I want to be that beacon of light to show you, go with God. God is within you. If you need to email me, my email address is jacquh38@gmail.com. You can also leave a message on the website. You can follow all the episodes on the website, www.growprogram.org. All the episodes are listed there. And you can email. You can also Twitter. If you have access to Facebook, you can get on Facebook. And we growing on Facebook. Grow Book. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. Be lifted in the name of God.